Okay, hi everyone. Good evening. My name is Riddhi from Ensure My team, and welcome to our event today, Nutrition Decoded. With the festive season coming right up, we thought that this would be a good time to have a session on nutrition because we always wonder how to manage our weight during the festive season and how to basically take care of our nutrition and during this time when we have so many varieties of things to eat. So that is why we thought of doing this session for all of you. Conducting this session today is Mrs. Soniya Meghani, who is a MD dietitian and a certified nutritionist for the past 14 years, and she has been in this industry, so she has a lot of knowledge in this. So she would be presenting what she's prepared to share with you guys. And after that, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the Q&A box or the chat box. Even while the presentation is going on, if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat box and we'll take it up at the end of the presentation. All right, so over to you, Sonia ji. First of all, thank you so much for doing this event for us.
You're most welcome.
Right, and welcome everyone again.
Hello everyone, good evening to all of you. So my name is Soniya Meghani. I am a nutritionist as well as a dietitian by profession. So I've been in this industry of health and wellness for the past 13 years. I specialize into detoxification weight loss plans as well as weight gain. I also give food plans for certain medical ailments like diabetes management, cholesterol management, and blood pressure management. I also look into immunity boosters and energy booster plans, and also specialize in skin and hair glow management. So these are the expertise, and without further ado, let us begin our today's program, which is Nutrition Decoded, wherein I will be giving you an insight about all these things that I just spoke about, some important micronutrients that are essential for our health, and we will also speak about the different diseases and how to manage them via our diet or food plan. So let me begin by sharing my presentation. Nutrition Decoded. So healthy nutrition is a basic human need, and it is a prerequisite for a healthy life. So a proper diet is essential at every stage of our life for growth, for development, and for us to remain active. So variety in the food is not only the spice of life, but it is also the essence of nutrition and health. So our diet should consist of several food groups so that we get the nutrients in proper amounts. So today I will be discussing with you these several food groups and the nutrients that are essential for our body. So there are macronutrients and micronutrients. As you can see, there are three important macronutrients: carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Apart from that, there are micronutrients like vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E. Basically, all the vitamins and minerals come under the micronutrients category. They are required by our body in small proportions, but they play a major role in our body. So we need selenium, we need zinc, and we need magnesium as well. Let's get into the details of these nutrients. So where do we derive our carbohydrates from? Our grains. Indian diet is consisting more of carbohydrates. So we have chapati, wheat chapati, which is a refined carb that we eat on a daily basis. Apart from that, there is rice, wherein we get our gluten-free carbs. So there is no gluten. Whoever cannot digest gluten can easily consume rice. And apart from that, we also have rotla, bajre ka rotla, which is our traditional home food. It consists of high fiber, and it is very good for those who are watching their weight. So these are the different types of carbohydrates that we can derive from our food. Next, we move on to proteins. Now, the daily requirement of proteins is quite high. Women need 45 grams of protein per day, and men require 54 grams of protein per day. Now, looking at the Indian vegetarian diet, we do not derive so much protein in our diet. Our diet is mostly consisting of chapatis and vegetables, maybe salad, but no, not necessary that we add a dal or pulse every single day. So how do we derive these proteins? Now we get dal is the best source of protein for all the vegetarians. One katori of dal can give you 7 grams of protein. Apart from that, we can also add sprouts in our diet, like moong, matki, chavli, chana, chole, rajma. All these are good sources of proteins in our diet. If you are a non-vegetarian, then you need not worry because there are chicken, fish, lean meats, which are rich sources of proteins. Milk, eggs, and nuts also add to our protein needs. Paneer or yogurt is a good source of protein as well. So after that, we move on to fats. So do you think fats is an important macronutrient? Do we really need fats or can we skip the fats? So the answer is we all need fats because our daily requirement for fat is 4 to 5 teaspoons per day. We need fats for the lubrication of our joints. Fat is a very important source of fat-soluble vitamins also. So we get our daily fat from the oil that we use in cooking. Apart from that, there is ghee, preferably use homemade ghee, and butter is also a source of fat in our diet. Next, we move on to the micronutrients. Now, vitamin A. Vitamin A is a very important nutrient if we are looking at immunity. So if we are building our immunity or for good skin or for our good hair, we need vitamin A. Where do we derive vitamin A from? So I've listed down some sources of vitamin A. Anything that is orange or red color gives you carotenoids, which are rich in vitamin A. So there's orange carrots, there's pumpkin, spinach, colocasia, methi leaves, chicken liver, eggs, cow's milk, white pomfret, sweet potato, and tomato are all rich sources of vitamin A. Next, we move on to B complex vitamins. Now, this B complex is a list of vitamins such as thiamine, niacin, riboflavin. There are many vitamins that comes under the B complex category. These vitamins help us in giving us energy and help in the carbohydrate metabolism. So if you need some energy and if you feel that your food is not getting digested well, maybe you're lacking the B complex vitamins. So we have fish as the source, beef, liver, chicken, eggs and dairy products, oats, beans, fortified soya milk, spinach, bananas, nuts and seeds, and even the hull of the seeds and the grains. So if you have whole grains or whole cereals, that gives you the B complex. But what is happening nowadays that we are having a lot of refined products like refined wheat flour, which is equal to maida. And that is why we are not getting our B complex vitamins. Next, we go on to vitamin C. Vitamin C is an antioxidant. It is very, very important. Like we all know during COVID times, everybody was taking vitamin C supplements because it is anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. Where do we derive it? Naturally. One avla can give you your daily requirement of vitamin C, but it has to be a fresh avla. So if someone is having the dried avla or the avla pickle, it does not serve the purpose. Apart from that, we have guava, capsicum, raw mango, lemon juice, and citrus fruits. Any of the citrus fruits will give you a good amount of vitamin C. Next, we go on to vitamin D. Vitamin D is also known as the sunshine vitamin. So do you know why it is the sunshine vitamin? Because we derive it from sunlight. Sunlight is the best source of vitamin D. These days, it is a global pandemic that everybody is having vitamin D deficiency. Around 1 billion people are having vitamin D deficiency in the world. Now, we are facing a lot of knee problems and body aches because of the deficiency of vitamin D, because vitamin D helps in the absorption of calcium in our body. So our bones are getting weaker due to the deficiency of vitamin D. I would suggest the best source is the morning sunlight. Exercise in the morning sunlight will help in increasing your vitamin D levels. Apart from that, some fatty fish like sardines and black pomfret are rich sources of vitamin D. Beef and eggs are also good sources of vitamin D. Next, we move on to vitamin E. So vitamin E is again a good vitamin. It's an antioxidant. It is present in oily foodstuff like wheat germ oil or the seeds like sunflower seeds, safflower or soya bean oil. This has an antioxidant role for lipid metabolism, that is for the fat metabolism, as well as almonds. So almonds are supposed to increase our good cholesterol and decrease our bad cholesterol. So this is the role of vitamin E as an antioxidant in our diet. As I'm talking about good fats, we are all aware about omega-3 fatty acids. These are the healthy, heart-friendly fatty acids. So we derive these from walnuts, flax seeds, fenugreek seeds, that is methi dana, or chia seeds. Yeah. Next, we move on to the immunity boosting nutrients, that is zinc and selenium. So zinc also as a supplement has been taken during the COVID pandemic by most of the people to boost their immunity. The natural sources of zinc is sunflower seeds, till, that is black till and white till, both provide us good amount of zinc, chana dal or peas, soya bean, fenugreek seeds again, and flax seeds again are rich sources of zinc. Selenium in our diet is also present in high fiber grains like bajra, jawar, pulses, eggs, chicken liver, fish like pomfret, bangda, tiger prawns, crab, and till. Dietary fiber and probiotics. Now, these nutrients are very important if you are looking for a good gut. To improve the gut bacteria, the good bacteria in the gut, we need probiotics. In the Indian diet, we get probiotics from yogurt or dahi. Curd is the best source of getting probiotics in our diet. Apart from that, dietary fiber is very important. If you're looking for weight loss, if you're looking for cholesterol management, you need to have more of dietary fiber. And that you will derive from whole grains. Whole grains like jawar, bajra, nachni, oats. Then there are pulses, not dals, but whole pulses. Fenugreek seeds and flax seeds again are rich sources of dietary fiber. Apart from food, sleep is very important to boost our immunity and for good nutrition, good health. Overall, you need a 7 to 8 hours sleep daily, and that also without screen time at night. So this will help in building your immunity. Water. Water is the most neglected nutrient. What I have seen is people drinking 1.5 liters of water, even in hot and humid conditions that we stay in. So as our climate is so humid, we need to drink at least 3 liters of water daily. If we are more physically active, doing some kind of exercise, we need to increase the water intake to more than 3 liters. If we are running a fever or we have diarrhea or vomiting symptoms, we have to increase our water intake. Water is essential for maintaining the body temperature, for lubricating the cushion joints. It protects our sensitive tissues. It protects our spinal cord. It gets rid of the waste in the urination. So this is basically a detox. If you want to detox your body, the best thing that you can do is drink more water. Exercise. Exercise is very important. 5 times in a week, we need to exercise at least for an hour. So research has shown that physical activity can help us in boosting our self-esteem, our mood, sleep quality, our energy levels, and also help us with our stress. And stress or chronic stress is the reason behind all the ailments that we are going to discuss further. Clinical depression, dementia, and Alzheimer's can all be cured only through exercise. So now you know that how important it is to exercise. Regular physical activity this is a research, and it has shown that primary and secondary prevention of cardiovascular disease, diabetes, cancer, high blood pressure, obesity, depression, and osteoporosis, and even premature death can be prevented with exercise. So this is how important any form of exercise is for us. Next, We have a question, Riddhi. Are they going to interact
So they can put in their questions
in
in
the
the
chat
chat
box?
box and in the
Okay.
Q&A box. If you want, आप अभी भी answer कर सकते हैं या आप presentation के बाद भी answer कर सकते
Okay,
हैं.
so there are two questions in the middle of the presentation. This is a picture of peanuts, and I want to know that do we get fats from peanuts? You can put your answer in the chat box. And the second question is, what do we get from these foods? So you look at this picture and tell me, what do we derive from these foods? We can discuss it later, no problem. I shall move ahead. So now we look into blood pressure. Let us begin. Even this is a question, really. Two things beginning with S and that helps or creates blood pressure in your body. Two things that begin with S. So the answer is stress and salt. These are the two culprits that lead to blood pressure in our body. So what is the normal blood pressure? So normal systolic should be less than 120 and diastolic less than 80. So if you're a pre-hypertensive, then your systolic will be between 120 to 139 and diastolic between 80 to 89. If you are a high BP patient, your systolic will be 140 and diastolic 90. This varies as per age as well. But these are the normal parameters that everyone should know. So 5 foods that you should restrict if you have high blood pressure. As the picture says, salt and salty foods, farsan, basically baking powder. So whenever we take any farsan from outside, there's a lot of baking powder with sodium carbonate, sodium bicarbonate adding, which is adding to the sodium in our diet. Cooking salt is again sodium. Canned foods. So anything that comes in a can or for that matter in a packet form has more of salt as a preservative or sodium. So this packaged foods will increase your blood pressure in a great jiffy. Papads. Papads are a rich source of sodium and they can increase your blood pressure. Papads and pickles, ready-made soups, even the soups that you get in packets, which are starchy powders with sodium, they are made up of no vegetables, just dehydrated vegetables, and they are going to increase your blood pressure. MSG, we all know monosodium glutamate. We get this from the Chinese food that we eat outside. So, and even the sauces, which are Chinese sauces, if we are getting them from outside, rich sources of MSG, then we have to avoid if we have a high blood pressure problem. Now, what are the foods that we should include in our diet if we have high BP? So we should include more of beans and peas, basically sprouts. Sprouts and chawli and rajma and chole are all going to help you with your blood pressure problem. Nuts, not the salted one, simple roasted nuts, almonds, walnuts, all the nuts can be added. Some vegetables which are high in potassium have a role to play in high BP, like palak, cabbage, carrot, beetroot, tomatoes, cucumber, they all help in reducing your blood pressure. Fruits, again, rich sources of potassium like banana, papaya, and dates will help with your BP problem. Nachni or ragi is a flour that is available which can be used to make chapatis or other preparations, and that is also helpful in reducing blood pressure. Avla or dudhi, especially dudhi juice, has a role to play if you are having high blood pressure. Brinjal again helps in reducing your blood pressure. Next, we move on to the next disease, that is diabetes. So what is HbA1c? That is a glycosylated hemoglobin. It is a 3-month index of your sugar levels. Should be below 6 if you do not have diabetes. If it is above 6 or it is 6.5, you are a pre-diabetic. That is an indicator that you are about to get diabetes and you should change your diet plan. And this can be reversed. Diabetes can always be reversed. So you have to make sure that you make your lifestyle changes and reverse the condition. Do not get on medication immediately. You give it 3 months of lifestyle changes with your diet and your exercise, and you can reverse this condition. So this is about HbA1c. So 5 foods to restrict if you already have diabetes. Sugar, of course, has to be avoided in all forms, even if it is honey. So some of the people who are diabetics come to me and ask for honey and jaggery, which is going to raise your blood sugar level equally. So we have to avoid sugar, honey, jaggery completely. Maida or any other refined food is going to raise your sugar level, or your glycemic index is high. So not good for diabetics. 5 fruits that can increase your blood sugar is banana, mango, chiku, grapes, and custard apple. They have to be restricted in your diet. And dried fruits like raisins can also increase your sugar levels. Next, we move on to 5 foods to include if you have diabetes. So we have green leafy vegetables, which are very good. Make sure that green leafy vegetables are a part of your lunch daily so that you derive your fiber from them and your sugar level does not spike. Bajra and jawar again has the same role to play. It will not raise your blood sugar level, or it will not spike your blood sugar because of the fiber present in that. So make sure that you have bajra and jawar chapatis. Sprouts again has the same role to play along with vitamin C. It will give you the fiber. Soups and salads are very important if you are diabetic, and make sure that you have 5 meals instead of 3 small meals or 3 major meals, because you have to keep your sugar levels balanced throughout the day. It shouldn't go into hypoglycemia and hyperglycemia. So some fruits again with soluble fiber are like apple, guava, citrus fruits, melons can easily be consumed by all diabetics. Even honeydew melon, since the name is honey, people try to avoid, but you can consume melons in any form. Okay. Next, we talk about cholesterol. So as you can see in this picture, we have an artery which is blocked because of the plaque, that is the fatty deposits. It takes years to form this plaque, and once it is blocked, then you have issues, you have heart issues, you may have an attack. So you have to be very careful with the fat intake in your diet. What is good cholesterol and what is bad cholesterol? So this is again a question for the audience. I have written down HDL and LDL, and I wanted to know that which one of this is a good cholesterol and which is a bad cholesterol. So I wanted to guide you more about this. So let me give you the answer. HDL is the good cholesterol and LDL is the bad cholesterol. Now, why is HDL considered a good cholesterol? Can something like cholesterol be good for you? Yes, HDL is the cholesterol which throws the bad cholesterol outside your body. So the role of HDL is throwing the LDL outside your body. So you have to have a good HDL level in your body, preferably more than 40. If it is lower than 40, then you have chances that your LDL will increase and HDL is low, so it will not help you throw out the HDL out of the body. HDL can be increased by increasing exercise. So exercise is again very important to reduce your cholesterol. Didi, I hope it's not going very fast, huh?
Yes, Sonia ji, slightly
Thoda slow karna.
paced. You can,
Okay.
slightly slow.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Welcome. So 5 foods that you need to restrict if you have high cholesterol. So foods that are organ meats, basically. That is written in Hindi. There's bheja, kaleji, gurda. These are all organ meats, and we need to avoid them because they are rich sources of cholesterol. Eggs are good for you. 3 times in a week we can consume eggs. More than that, the yolk in the egg, the yellow part, is a rich source of dietary cholesterol. So it is better if you have cholesterol, you consume it only 3 times in a week and not more than that. Butter is saturated fat. It is high source of cholesterol. Prawns, or for that matter, any shellfish. So we're talking about lobsters or squid, any form of shellfish. जो भी fish जिसके ऊपर shell है, that is a rich source of cholesterol. Remember that. So shellfishes have to be avoided. Vanaspati or dalda is the ghee that we derive from outside, we buy, and that is saturated fat. So you see that vanaspati and dalda is solid at room temperature. So it is going to remain solid inside your arteries and veins. So that is going to increase your cholesterol level. So anything that is solid will remain solid and liquid will remain liquid. Margarine is present in all the bakery foods that we eat. So if we are eating a cake, or even like for breakfast, are we having toast, butter, khari biscuit, all those products that we get from the bakery, those are rich sources of margarine, and margarine is a high contributor in cholesterol. So this is about the foods that you need to restrict in high cholesterol. Now, what are the foods that you have to include when you have high cholesterol? So ALA, that is alpha linolenic acid. Again, the good fats I'm talking about, they are derived from urad ki dal, then chavli. I have given you the picture to show what are the foods I'm talking about. There is rajma, there is soya bean. They are rich sources of ALA. Green leafy vegetables, of course, the fiber or the roughage that you get from the green leafy vegetables helps in eradicating the cholesterol from our body. Hence, green leafy vegetables. Methi dana, soaked overnight preferably, helps in reducing cholesterol. Flax seeds are a rich source of omega-3. They will help you in reducing your cholesterol. And garlic. Garlic, we all know for centuries that it's a blood thinner, and we should be using a good amount of garlic while cooking food. Oats. Oats is a source of soluble fiber. So soluble fiber again has a role in reducing cholesterol. So oats can be consumed by those who are suffering from cholesterol problems. Fruits and vegetables, again, I mentioned about them. They provide us the fiber required. Cooking oil. Now, this is the most common question that I get asked as a dietitian, that which oil should we use? So there are certain guidelines given by the National Institute of Nutrition, and I will be sharing those with you. If you want, you can take a screenshot of the same. So this is a combination of MUFA and PUFA oils. So what is MUFA and PUFA? That is polyunsaturated fatty acids and monounsaturated fatty acids. We require both. So if we use just one variety or one kind of oil, we are just getting the PUFA, which is again going to lead to heart problems and more of cholesterol. But the MUFA acts as a good source of fats and helps on balancing the fat in our body. So the combination that works best is a groundnut or a sesame or a rice bran oil. Now these three are sources of PUFA, and you mix it with one source of MUFA, that is mustard. Mustard is raika tel. Again, we have a groundnut, sesame or rice bran mixed with a canola oil. Now, canola is kalonji ka tel. Or you can have a groundnut, sesame and rice bran with a soya bean oil. Palm oil and soya bean is also one combination that many people use. Palm oil is not very common in Mumbai, but other places they do use. Mustard oil with palm oil, with any of the sunflower or safflower oil can be used as a good combination. So these are the different combinations that we need to use for our cooking. Now, food cravings. As our topic was about festival time, and we are going to be making a lot of good food and also consuming that. So what do we do about our food cravings? What is a food craving? Basically, it's an intense desire for a specific food. It is uncontrollable desire. You may feel the need of having us, even if you're full, you have had your meal, you've had your lunch, but you need that small piece of chocolate or the small piece of mithai. That is a craving which you cannot control. And only after you eat that particular food, then can you feel relaxed or complete. Now that you feel that your meal is complete. So males generally, this is a research which has shown that males generally get a craving for savory foods, that is namkeen khana, and females get a craving for high fat foods or sweet foods. So 90% of the people are facing these food cravings. So it is not something that is wrong with us. Everybody is facing some kind of food cravings every single day. It increases with certain factors. So if we are on a certain diet, and our doctor has asked us to avoid sugar or avoid a certain food, then we crave that food more. So that is restricted food craving. So if you're restricted for a certain food item, you feel like having that more. How do you reduce those food cravings? Now, it is very closely related to your stress levels. All the ailments for that matter, but cravings are strongly related to your stress. So if you're stressed at work, if you're busy thinking, working hard, then your cravings are going to be high. So what you have to do is focus on your stress management. And how do we do stress management? We can do it with beginning our day with some yoga or meditation, or 15 minutes of pranayam daily can help you in reducing your daily stress. Drinking plenty of water. Now, this has a scientific role. Sometimes when we are thirsty, we feel like eating food. That is a wrong signal that our body derives. If we drink a glass of water, we're actually full. We don't need to eat anything. So make sure that you are hydrated and you drink plenty of water. Getting enough sleep is also very important. If there's lack of sleep in you, then also you might crave for some sugar in your diet because your brain is not getting glucose adequately. Getting enough protein is very important. Now, what happens is when our diet is lacking protein, that's when we crave for sugar. So make sure that our lunch, dinner, breakfast should have one source of protein every day. Chewing gum is a temporary solution, but if someone is having a severe food craving, they can chew gum, sugar-free gum, so that their craving goes down. Changing the scenario. This means that some people, when they pass by a certain shop or certain place and you feel like eating something, so you have to avoid going to places like you go to a supermarket on an empty stomach. You're going to buy double the stuff because you're empty. So this is the way you have to avoid. You have to always avoid hunger. So if you stay hungry for a long time, if you do not have your proper meals like breakfast, mid-morning, lunch, tea time, dinner, these 5 meals are important. So if you're not doing that, and if you're having gaps like breakfast and then lunch is very late, that's the time when you'll get cravings. Or if there's lunch at 2 o'clock and the dinner is at 9 o'clock and there's nothing in between, evenings is a time when people crave the most and they eat the most unhealthy snacks. So what we have to do, if we are getting cravings, we have to keep healthy snacks with us. We know that this time we are going to get hungry, we are going to choose the wrong foods, we are going to go to office, order our shev puri, and we are going to have the fried foods. We have to avoid that and keep healthy snacks with you at all times. So what are the replacement of the unhealthy food? Like if you're having a feeling of having potato chips, you could have popcorn instead. If you have sugar cravings, you have milk chocolate craving, you can always keep dark chocolate with you. 1 or 2 pieces of dark chocolate is in fact good for you. It's an antioxidant, it's heart friendly. Candies and dried fruits. So candies or any sugar can be replaced by dried fruit like raisins. So you have dried raisins these days, right? Dried cranberries, blueberries can be consumed in limited quantities to curb the craving. If you're feeling like having something like a soda or a juice, you should avoid the aerated stuff and go for fresh lime water or fruit juices instead. So this is the replacement for our cravings. Festivals and weight. So weight generally goes up during festival time. So now we have begun with all the festival. We're going to soon, there'll be Diwali and there'll be a lot of mithai and farsan in our house. So what are we going to do and maintain our weight? So firstly, we have to be active during the festival time with all our family and friends. We have to snack wisely. So as I've always mentioned, keep healthy snacks with you and watch your portion size. If you like something and if they've prepared something at home, need not avoid it completely, but control your portion size so that you're not overeat. So practicing mindful eating. If you're going for a function, make sure you have something and go. Do not go on empty stomach. Otherwise, you'll tend to overeat over there. Get plenty of rest. Sleeping is very important. Control your stress levels and keep your meals balanced with protein. Protein deficiency always leads to more weight gain. Focus on fiber. So fiber provides us with satiety. The feeling of fullness comes only when there is fiber in the diet. So 2 wheat rotis will not give you satiety, but 1 jawar roti will give you high satiety for a very long duration. That is because of the fiber present in that. And control on alcohol. So alcohol should be consumed in moderation. The lowest calorie in alcohol is derived from vodka, which gives you less calories. It's just ethanol. But everything has to be in moderation. Beyond a certain point is going to lead to weight gain. So these are certain pointers that you could make a note during the festival time to manage your weight. And I think with this, we end our presentation. Can we go for the question answer round?
Yes, definitely, Soniya ji. This is a very, very informative and wonderful session. Thank you very much for all the information that you shared with us.
Yeah.
So do you want me to read the questions?
Anything you could read? Yeah, tell me, Ridya, answer.
All right. So in the chat, we'll start from the beginning. Somebody had posted, ma'am, what are your views on probiotic drinks like Yakult?
Yakult is a probiotic drink. It's very good for your gut. It has got 6,000 live microorganisms. It improves your gut microbiota. So it is very good. And they have two versions, sugar and low sugar available. So it's a good drink and you can always consume it.
Okay, great. I think people have commented that you get from peanuts, you get fats, salt, all of that, that question that you had asked. So that people have commented.
Yeah, the answer for that is you get good fats from peanuts. So most of my patients, they say, can we have peanuts? Is it allowed? So yes, those are MUFA. The good fats are there in peanuts and we can consume peanuts, but in a restricted portion.
Okay, great. Somebody is posted, what if we don't eat green vegetables?
Okay. So you need a substitute for the green leafy vegetables. That's what the question is about.
I think maybe a substitute, or what would happen if they don't consume green.
What would happen now? Since I mentioned before, all the diseases, you need the green leafy vegetables, the fiber, the vitamins, the minerals, magnesium, calcium, iron, everything comes from the green leafy vegetables. You know, there's a lot of vitamins and minerals that we derive from green leafy vegetables. So if we are not consuming those, we are depriving ourselves of those. So if not, then fruits can be a substitute to give you a certain amount of vitamins and minerals.
All right. Great. I hope we've answered your question, Ruti. If you want more clarification, you can put in your question again.
Yes.
Somebody's written, what about low BP? Maybe they want to ask what diet to follow.
Yeah. So low blood pressure is again a problem wherein we have to have more of whole grains. So you need whole grains so that your blood pressure doesn't, we're talking about low BP, right? So the blood pressure doesn't fall down beyond the normal pressure. So we need to have whole grains in our diet, and we have to make sure that not have long gaps. So having long gaps in between your meals can lead to increase in the low blood pressure. Stress is one factor. 5 to 6 small meals are very important if you're suffering from low blood pressure. And make sure that there are lots of whole grains, sprouts in your diet every day.
All right. I hope we've answered your question, Shama. The next question we have here is diabetes. I think this person has diabetes, and she has written, fruits have fructose sugar instead of glucose. How can they raise the blood sugar? It helps to decrease blood glucose levels as proven by research. Kindly explain.
Yeah, so she's talking about the 5 fruits that I mentioned. The banana, mango, chiku, grapes, and sitafal. That's why I said you need not avoid it completely. They have fructose, but they have a high glycemic index. So if they are taken in over quantities, the glycemic index will go high, your blood sugar will spike, and that is not good for a diabetic. So that is why we have to have it in restricted amounts and preferably with other fruits, so that you do not get a spike in the blood sugar level.
Okay, that's great. Yeah. Thank you so much.
And fructose also breaks down into glucose. So that is also a problem.
All right. Next question we have here is, I have hypertension and had a stroke last month. Didn't realize what was happening until it happened. I reached in golden hour, so made a full recovery, but I'm having blood pressure spikes sometimes. Any suggestions on how to regulate this better with diet? And when can I start workout to take care of hypertension?
So the workout, he had a stroke, right? You said?
Yes.
Yeah, so the doctor will recommend when to begin, but you can always start with walking every day. Brisk walk, half an hour to 45 minutes daily, 5 times in a week is essential. And the diet plan, I've already spoken about the foods of blood pressure, things to have, things not to have. So I think that is the question, right?
Yes, I think so. And for everyone who want the PPT, we will be putting this on our YouTube channel. Okay. I will share the link where this will be available in the next 2 days.
So they can get the content from the PPT.
Yes. Right. Next question we have here is, what is the best time to consume dry fruits?
Dried fruits? So
Yes.
almonds and walnuts and nuts can be consumed anytime throughout the day. There is nothing like a best time, but preferably alone, like a snack, like a mid-morning snack or a late evening snack. Any snack can be, but not with meals, preferably by itself.
All right. Next question we have here is, what is intermittent fasting?
Yes, so intermittent fasting is like a diet plan which you have to follow. 6 o'clock in the evening, you stop eating and you have to keep a fast for 12 to 14 hours. And you can consume your next meal at around 12 o'clock or 10 o'clock, depending on the hours that you have been advised to fast. Now, what is this? The body goes into a fasting and eating zone so that the digestion is different. When you're fasting, your body is in a relaxed state and your nutrients and all are getting absorbed better. So intermittent fasting is good. If some people are comfortable, they do suggest, but it is not required for everyone to go for an intermittent fasting.
Okay. All right. Next we have here is, what are the main foods which helps to gain weight?
Gain weight. So if you're looking at gain weight, we need more of dates. We need more of fibers, or we need more of rice. We need more of high energy forming foods. So there is rice, there is fats from ghee, there is dates. There are all these preparations in the house only that we can make to increase the weight. So it's basically a home-based diet that you can do and increase your weight. If you're looking at muscle gain, then you need more of proteins in your diet. Then you have to focus on all the protein sources that I spoke about.
All right. Next we have here is, fruits and milk taking together is good or not?
Yeah, so according to nutrition, there is no problem. But according to Ayurveda, it is believed to have it separately because they have two different prakrutis and cannot be consumed together. But individual specific, if you are comfortable, I'm sure you can take it.
All right. Next we have here is, how to increase the fiber intake in daily routine.
So I have mentioned about the dietary fiber sources, the whole grains and the oats and everything. So everything in the diet can increase your fiber.
All right.
I think the PPT has all the answers. So maybe you could give it to them then,
Yes, definitely. We'll put it up on our YouTube channel and on our event page channel as well.
Yeah, great.
What is the best source of protein for vegetarians which helps in losing weight?
Yes, so I have mentioned that, or even if you follow me on Instagram, I have specially put a post for this vegetarian protein sources. Again, the same I mentioned before. There is dals, there are katols, there is quinoa, there is rajgira or amaranth, which is a rich source of protein in our diet. So this is the grains that can give you high protein.
All right. Next we have here is, best food for skin and hair.
Fruits and vegetables, of course.
Right.
And soups and salads.
Okay, great. We have a couple of questions in the Q&A box also. Not couple, I think about 5-6 questions here. How to control night cravings?
The night cravings is when your dinner is early, or maybe your dinner is lacking in proteins. So you always keep midnight snacks, but healthy ones. So you keep roasted nuts with you keep some dried cranberries or raisins or something, and you have something healthier, or you have a cup of milk. So that will give you satiety.
Okay. What about makhanas? Do you think
Makhanas can be consumed as a midnight snack? Yeah.
Healthy snack. Okay. Thank you. Next we have here is, how can vegetarian people get vitamin D if they have photosensitivity?
So we have to take the supplements. And vitamin D is very difficult to derive from vegetarian sources, and photosensitivity. So we'll have to take supplements.
All right. What should be the diet if one has low BP problem?
I've already mentioned low BP. We spoke about right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Great. Again, how to incorporate green leafy veg in meals of picky eating toddler. This is for their child.
Toddlers, yeah. So there are many recipes, for toddlers. What we do is we make a puree of these vegetables and we add it in their puris or their rotis and make them colorful green rotis and red rotis. And that's the way we incorporate. But the best thing that I suggest is the parents should eat in front of the children. When the parents eat, the children try to imitate them. And so then they start eating. So we are the role models. So we eat, I'm sure they will also eat.
Yeah, that is a good point actually. So all parents out there, I think you must first eat the green leafy
Yes, yes. If
vegetable
the father is
and let
speaking,
your children
yeah,
imitate it.
especially the father is an idol and a role model. So if the father says, "Nahi, main nahi khaunga palak ki bhaji," the child will
Ah,
definitely not eat.
not
So
eat
you
it.
have to eat in front of the child first.
Yes, that's a good point. All right, next we have here is my sugar level is at times low and at times high. How should I manage it?
Yeah, so sugar levels going up and down, that is like a pre-diabetic state, hypoglycemia and hyperglycemia. So this is
Hmm.
a risky one because, sometimes you may just have a blackout or something because of your low sugar levels. So
Right.
again, very important for people to have 4 to 5 or maybe 6 small meals. So that's what I'm focusing again and again. There's a breakfast which has protein in it. Breakfast has to have protein. Our
Hmm.
breakfast in India, we mostly have carbohydrates. That's poha or upma. It's just carbohydrate. There is no proteins. So we have to make sure there is protein, there's egg, there is sprouts, there is moong in our breakfast. There's a mid-morning snack, there is a lunch which has protein, there is a tea time, there is a dinner, and there's a bedtime also. If you maintain this routine, then you will not have the spike in your blood sugar level.
Right.
So insulin keeps secreting. We have to give it that food to balance it out.
Right, right. I hope we've answered your question there. Next we have here is that is it a good habit to eat every 2 hours?
2 hours is too much. I don't think we have the time to have. So 3 hours is ideal.
Okay,
Can be done 3 hours.
right. Next question is about a vegan diet. So this person is asking, can we have all nutrients by following a vegan diet?
Yes, we can. We can. We don't need milk to get calcium. We can derive all the nutrients from the nuts, from the vegetables. We can
Hmm.
easily do a vegan diet with all the nutrients.
Right. Okay. Next we have here is, I think about dry fruits we've already mentioned. Best time to have dry fruits, we've already covered that. Healthy snack cooking times, how to eat quick healthy snacks options. This I think we've mostly covered. If you would like to add anything here, Sonia ji, you can.
Healthy snacking options.
Yeah.
There is roasted chana and peanuts. There is makhana. Then there are fruits and nuts in between. These days, everything is available in the market. There are diet khakras.
Mhm.
There's roasted chana jor snacks. There are many options so available, which has to be high protein and without fats.
Okay. Nice. So one question again we have here is losing 5 kg in a month healthy, in 1 month healthy.
Yeah, so ideally, if you're on a weight loss plan, you lose half to 1 kg per week. So it is achievable to lose 5 kgs in a 5 weeks time. That is
Okay.
the ideal weight loss that will not come back to you again.
Right. Somebody's also written in the chat box, what is the best time to consume milk?
So there is no time as such. You can have milk for breakfast, you can have it for dinner, bedtime, any
Okay.
time of the day.
All
That's
right.
okay. Yeah.
Couple of questions we had on our Slido link also, which said that I am eating regularly, still not able to gain weight, need to look slight healthier.
So then she will have to consult someone, because there's a whole food plan that you have to follow. Of
Mhm.
course, the energy foods that I mentioned about to increase ghee, rice, and dates and figs in the diet, like anjeer and everything. But yeah, there has to be a plan that she has to follow, and then that will help her with gaining weight. So the ideal weight gain that we're looking at happens 1 to 2 kgs per month. And we're
Okay.
looking at not just fat gain, but good amount of muscle gain as well.
Muscle gain as well.
Yeah.
Right, right. Makes sense. Another question we had here was diet for hypothyroidism.
Yeah. There's a diet for hypothyroidism. You have to avoid the goitrogens. So the goitrogens are derived from cabbage and cruciferous vegetables, basically. But when you cook those cruciferous vegetables, the goitrogens are destroyed. So there is a certain plan wherein you have to manage the weight, basically, because hypothyroid is a condition where your BMR goes low, metabolic rate. So you tend to gain weight with hypothyroid. So they have to basically go for a weight loss plan and then learn how to maintain that weight.
All right. So I think for everyone, it would be great, Sonia ji, if you can put in your contact details in the chat box also. So
Sure.
anybody who has any specific issue and would like to, consult Sonia ji directly
Sure.
can use these contact numbers. If not, you can always get in touch with us, and we will be happy to share her contact number with you, so you can have a proper guidance. I think one last question we had here is, sorry, two last questions. What should be the ideal first meal? Warm water and dry fruits is okay, is what this person is asking.
I'm sorry, I was just typing number. Tell me, yeah, what is our question?
What should be the ideal first meal? Warm water
First meal,
and
yeah.
dry fruits. At a good first meal.
Depends on what is your requirement, So warm water is always best to be consumed, or even regular water. So basically, as a dietitian, we recommend drinking lots of water in the morning. So warm water is a good source with something added to it, maybe jeera or something if you're looking for any specific issue. So yes, warm water is good, and then you can start with dry fruits or nuts or some fruits, and post half an hour, then you can have your breakfast.
All right, great. I think one last question we have here is it wrong or any bad effect to body to drink water in stand-up posture?
Yes, scientifically, yes, the digestion does get affected. So preferably sit and have water. Yeah.
All right, I think we're done with the questions also now. So thank you so much, Sonia ji. This is a very,
Most
very good
welcome.
session.
I hope
And
everybody liked the session.
yes, I'm sure, because there were
Please
so
give me
many
the
questions.
feedback. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. I will let you know. And we are getting some likes here as well. I can.
Yes. Thank you.
So it was a very good and informative session. So thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you everyone for attending our session. We look forward to seeing you at our further sessions as well. Sonia ji's number is in the chat box for everyone to contact her. And in case you want to contact her through us, please do get in touch with us. Thank you everyone, and have a great day ahead. Bye bye.
Bye.